Hello and welcome back to a new video of the XFacts channel. Today we'll talk about one of the most mysterious organizations of the world. On an international secret forum appeared a member nicknamed Anonymous Coward claiming to be a member of the Illuminati organization for many years. He had been loyally working for the organization for its beliefs, goals and actions. But lately it has become more terrible than he can bear. So he had to betray his sacred treaty with the organization and wanted to announce all the terrible plans that Illuminati already prepared for the whole world in the future. First of all, I'll be sorry if you don't believe me. I'm here to tell the truth and not my exaggeration or science fiction. This information is real, totally true, and is factual. And now, it's time to speak up. I've been a member of Illuminati for 47 years. I was employed when I was 19 years old. I am one of 7 people who have performed the departure ceremony in the history of Illuminati. In a meeting in June 2010, I was told a few things, and I knew it was time for me to leave the organization. When I was 19 years old, I started making money through my connections with friends and some successful investments from the money I made since I was a kid. I participated in some underground trades and made more and more money. I went to Harvard in 1964 and I started to get rich quickly. My influence at school also grew, thanks to my participation in various clubs and organizations. Some friends and I started trading stockbrokers while we were still at Harvard. I made a ton of money that year and became very powerful and influential among friends. One night when I was walking back to my dorm in the middle of the night, 2 men in black suits approached me. I initially assumed that they came to investigate my business activities because some transactions were not really legit. They asked me to go with them and I followed them into the basement of a 2-story house, 2 blocks from my dorm. They invited me to sit down and asked if I was ready to make a deal. They didn't tell me what I would have to deal with, but kept asking me if I was willing to make the deal. Just as I pretended to agree, the biggest man I've ever seen stepped through a few closet doors and sat down on the chair directly across from me. A television was pushed in front of me, with a video showing the assassination of US President John F. Kennedy. The man sitting in front of me asked who, in my opinion, shot and killed John F. Kennedy. I answered naturally, is Lee Harvey Oswald. All 3 men burst into laughter and the video was altered to show that the shot killing John F. Kennedy was actually coming from the front seat of the vehicle. It is difficult to determine this, if you watch the video normally. But in the version this man showed me, it was very clear that the driver of the car was the one who shot John F. Kennedy. The man asked me if I thought he was capable of doing this. I really didn't know what to say. He said he was capable of anything. He detailed the story of the Illuminati organization, how it was formed. What role did Illuminati play in the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the First and Second World Wars, the Vietnam War? And he also talked about the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center would change the world forever. 2 chicken bones were placed in front of me and he told me that I would join the Illuminati. If I don't agree, then they will kill me on the spot. They asked me to take these 2 chicken bones to an intersection on the outskirts of the city. And I had to bury it in the ground and then put my blood on the spot where I just buried it. 2 men in black suits escorted me and I performed the ritual. After the ceremony was over, I was led to a luxurious mansion which was said to be mine from now on. I was given lots of cars, loads of women and a vault full of money. They left me with a directive, I just had a deal with Satan himself. And if I don't follow the instructions, I will pay the price. The first time I was actually assigned by the Illuminati was during the 1968 presidential election. I was summoned to Denver, Colorado, for a meeting in early February. I was driven to a secret place for a meeting. The doors and windows of the limo were totally black, so until today, I still haven't known the exact location of the meeting. I was relieved to learn that Illuminati's meetings weren't gruesome or sacrilegious, except that everything in the meeting room was red. A man stood in front of the conference room and introduced his name as Rory Rothschild. He gave us instructions by announcing that preparations for Richard Nixon to be President of the United States of America were complete. I was surprised to learn that this organization had selected the person who will be the President of the United States. I was assigned to a post in Washington, D.C., and my mission was to provoke riots, causing destabilization after the assassination of Martin Luther King. Yes, I knew about the assassination of Martin Luther King before it happened. If I'm not mistaken, this assassination happened in April and I knew about it in February. The organization had decided that Martin Luther King was a dangerous person as he created a support group for his career. Actually, Martin Luther King was approached and invited to join Illuminati. But he refused and somehow escaped death. The senior members of Illuminati decided to give him some more time simply for fun. But once they wanted him dead, they had to plan carefully how and when. I was in D.C. at the time of the assassination and I made a mistake of spreading the news that Martin Luther King was dead an hour before he was actually shot. Fortunately, no one noticed and the riots then spread. Many other Illuminati members were arranged in other major cities. The purpose of killing Martin Luther King at the time was to distract attention from the upcoming Bobby Kennedy assassination. The Kennedy family became a challenge for the organization, but they were already prepared for it. A few years ago, Ted Kennedy was taken out of a dinner because of health problems. He was actually killed in the bathroom by a member of the Illuminati. Kennedy was strangled because they warned him to stop the research he was doing into Bobby's death. After Bobby Kennedy was killed, the road for Richard Nixon, who had been trained by Illuminati, to become the President of the United States, was completely open. The Vietnam War was a huge opportunity for many people to make a lot of money. And they did it. Nixon was ordered to continue the war in Vietnam before he became president. Okay, no more history. I'm talking about these old stories to let you know, I was in Illuminati at the most crucial moment. I've been involved in some terrible things. But now I just wanted to know more about the current activities of Illuminati that caused my departure. Obama is the biggest puppet of all. Barry Soetoro is his real name. He was born in an Illuminati bunker in Finland. He was raised to be the President of the United States. He was trained from an early age under the guidance of Illuminati with plans for a new world order and other plans he needed to execute. Barry didn't come out of the basement until he was 23. All of his images and accounts prior to that time were faked by the Illuminati. However, the Illuminati omitted one very important thing, his birth certificate. This mistake was known too late, and if a birth certificate appeared at that time, it would raise suspicion. So it was decided that his birth certificate would not be released, because it was never made. There are currently 57 underground bases and bunkers across the United States that are used for different purposes. There are 439 underground bunkers worldwide. All bunkers and bases are controlled and maintained by Illuminati. The largest underground bunker is in São Paulo, Brazil. This bunker is capable of accommodating up to 5,000 people for up to 10 years. I have personally been inside this bunker. It's so much bigger than anyone's imagination. This bunker is mainly designed for apocalypses. The world's 5,000 richest, brightest and most powerful people would secure shelter in this bunker if any incidents happen, such as a global thermonuclear war, natural disaster, or any other form of global catastrophe. Some other underground bunkers are capable of housing large numbers of people for a long time, but none are as large and accommodating as this one. In the event of a third world war, all the world leaders would take refuge here, and the governments of the world would have theoretical proxy governments. The world's rich would also be here, for example Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, or the oil tycoons. However, these oil tycoons would be murdered while they were in the bunker to help the organization to take over the Middle East more easily and prepare for the New World Order. I don't know the exact number, but about 275 of the 439 bunkers were built mainly for shelter and prolongation of shelter. I myself was in one of these bunkers while in China in the 1990s. It was beautiful, very luxurious, just like a 5-star hotel. Several people used to stay in these bunkers, including Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was not assassinated by John Wilkes Booth. Lincoln was sent to work in the president's office as a pawn. Illuminati knew that if he became the president, the South would secede. The Civil War made the North very rich. That was the only reason the Civil War was allowed to happen. If Illuminati didn't see its chance to get rich from stopping the war, slavery would still be part of America. Lincoln was placed in office just to start the war. He made an agreement that, once the war was over, he would be removed from government office. This was accomplished by a fake assassination attempt, and he spent the rest of his life in an underground bunker in Mexico. Another thing in the bunkers is drugs. There was a large amount of cocaine, marijuana, heroin and all other kinds of drugs. The drug trade is essential for Illuminati, as more and more drugs are being traded and corporations have become more powerful. Illuminati became richer and more powerful. One of the main contributors to the drug trade is Warren Buffett. Buffett has been managing the drug trade in the Western Hemisphere for the past 20 years. Mexico's drug cartels are all under his power. In North America, Warren Buffett is the head of all Illuminati operations. Other key figures in North America are Bill Clinton and of course, Barack Obama. Aliens are real. There was a constant intergalactic war between them. The big plan is to drag the Earth into their war so that humans can be enslaved in the New World Order. A question is that have the aliens ever met Obama in the bunker? This has never happened. Obama made no contact with the aliens. Only the top members of the Illuminati have a constant line of communication with aliens. The alien attack on Earth would not happen until after World War III begins. According to the plan, World War III would be expected to last for at least 7 years. And at the end of those 7 years, the alien life forms would begin their attacks on the major countries of the world. These aliens would attack to serve the purpose of ending World War III. There would be no other way to end the war, except to fight together against a common enemy, the extraterrestrials. The only reason that Illuminati created World War III was to destroy some of the world leaders who were not directly under their influence. It would also make many people very, very rich. The alien attacks would cause the Earthlings to gather together to defend against these life forms. But it would also pave the way to the New World Order. The aliens will easily destroy us in minutes. This is more dangerous than the benefits we gain. However, Illuminati was planning to stage an attack with extraterrestrials to establish the Earth's population under a new law. Illuminati had a deal with the aliens: when the New World Order is secured and the selected group of people would be locked in containment camps. These include dissidents, rebels, and other revolutionaries. These people would be handed over to aliens for experimentation. The alien culture is very advanced. However, they are not as advanced as they would like because they do not have humans to experiment with. The aliens are currently trading and doing business with Illuminati, however there is no mention of human testing at the moment. If this matter is exposed, the Illuminati will be broken. Illuminati has devised a very deep strategy to secure the New World Order, and it will be done by staging a form of wrong flag attack with the aliens. In return, the aliens received a never-ending supply of experiments in which they can perform as many activities as they wish. Illuminati will ensure a new world order and will establish Obama as its head. He will continue under the influence of Illuminati and will execute the next phases of his plan to secure control the quantity of all the world's oil. The crisis we're used to know is that the experts often say we're running out of oil, but it is completely untrue. There are hundreds of untapped oil reserves in the Middle East. When the New World Order is secured, Obama will make sure that the oil reserves fall into the hands of Illuminati, and they will be reclaimed to secure large sums of money for the organization. He will seize the oil reserves by destroying the Middle East and turning it into dust. I think it is unnecessary to say that September 11th is a hoax. Everyone already knew about this event. The plane was attacked by people brainwashed by Illuminati, and plastic explosives were used to bring down the tower's floors. The first step to the destruction of the Middle East was started that day. So I'll ask a question: before you leave the office, will you let us know if there's aliens? 'Cause this is the only thing I really want to know. I want to know what's going on. Will you ever open up Roswell? Let us know what's really going on there. So many people ask me that question. I know, it's ridiculous. But actually I really want to know. Good question, but actually there are millions of people, they want to go there, they want to see it. I won't talk about what I know about it, but it's really interesting. But Roswell is a very interesting place, with a lot of people would like to know what's going on. So you're saying this is classified? You take it. Well, I have to think about it. Okay. What do you think about all of these theories we mentioned above? Please leave your comment below. And support me by liking the video and clicking the subscribe button to see more videos. Thank you very much and see you next time.